Today I'm going to do a new what if. This is going to be what if Naruto had a Dojutsu that is able to copy abilities or KK Genkais or KK Todais of other people. And yeah, I'm sorry guys for not uploading Rimuru what if, but I had a lot of issues in my house. Like I have to study. So sorry guys for not uploading it. And yeah, this what if is going to be neglected and hope you enjoy. Now, we start off this what if with uh, We start off this what if with Minato and Kushina giving birth to not one child this time, but three children. One being Menma, Naruto. No, I'm just gonna say Menma, Mito, and Naruto. Now, Naruto is the youngest, Naruto is the second youngest, and Mito, and Menma is the oldest. Now, the Nine Tails attack is going to happen exactly the same. Yes, Naruto is going to be the one who is going to be captured, and everything going to be the same. Now, here's the thing: when Minato is about to seal the Nine Tails, he seals the chakra inside his both children, Menma and Mito, because he thinks they are he just feels it, that they are the childs of prophecies that he heard from Jiraiya. Now, according to the prophecy, it said that the child of the yellow flash and the child of the red death, the hidden leaf village, their child will be the child of prophecy who will bring destruction or peace throughout this world. Now, because of believing this prophecy, he thinks it's Menma and Mito. He gives chakra between Menma and Mito, and then he leaves some chakra inside Kushina so that she survives. And he seals the soul inside Naruto. Now, what happens is while he was sealing the soul inside Naruto, the Shinigami by mistakenly destroys half of Naruto's soul and destroys Naruto's body, which of course Minato doesn't notice. Now, seeing this, you know, the god of death, Shinigami, he was like, "Oh no, I messed up." So to repair the damage, Shinigami uses his strength to create a seed and places inside Naruto's soul and uses some of his power to make Naruto into half Shinigami and a half human. Now, what happens during this is here Kushina is actually an Uchiha. Yes, she has the Sharingan, but she is like an half Uchiha and an Uzumaki. So she has high reserves. At the same time, she has a three Tomoe Sharingan. Yes, just three Tomoe. Now, because of that, even Naruto has a Dojutsu bloodline, but he doesn't awaken it because Shinigami is destroyed. And because Naruto's soul became half Shinigami and half human, Naruto DNA got morphed to that of a godly DNA, giving Naruto's Sharingan DNA to evolve and mutate to create a completely new DNA that will show this world what it can do. Now, in this image, you're like, wait, Naruto looks like this? No, Naruto does look like this, but he is going to have three whisker marks on both of his cheeks. And whereas Menma and Mito, they do not have whisker marks. Now, because after Menma, like you know Minato and Kushina, they were knocked down after the ceiling because Minato summoned the Shinigami before he was about to die. Because Shinigami's mistake, Shinigami thought that not only will he, like after repairing Naruto's soul and making him so overpowered, he's like, let's just spare Minato's soul because I still did a mistake. So because of this, Minato's soul is going to survive and be left alone. So Minato is going to live, and yeah, no piercing through his stomach, and yeah, you guys may know it, right? So now they get knocked down. Now, when they wake up, they find out that both of their child are, healthy. And when they see Naruto, he has three whisker marks on both of their face. Now, when Naruto was born, they did not notice him properly, so they did not notice the whisker marks. But now that they are noticing the whisker marks, they are like, this child, he has a QB soul inside of him. He's corrupted by the QB. He's the QB's reincarnation. And I'm thinking that they started to hate Naruto. And from that point onwards, Naruto's hated. Now, Naruto's a prodigy. Naruto, even though he's hated, he, at the age of 2, he's able to understand and like read things. And this is not known to their parents. He tries to go and say to them, but before he could even talk, they like, "You demon, stay away from us," and they kick him out. Not of the house, they just kick him. But now, but as time passes on, Naruto figures out. He adds one and one and figures out that he is the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. He silently read some scrolls and found out that there are Jinchurikis and how they are treated. And he found out that he was a Jinchuriki and the Kyuubi's chakra is within his brothers and sister. Now, to add even more spice, Jiraiya at the age of 3, when Naruto is the age of 3, with Jiraiya comes and he tells everyone about the prophecy with Tsunade. Now, because now they think the prophecy children are going to be Menma and Mito, and because of this, they start training them from the age of 4. Naruto was taken as a target practice in other things, but Naruto did not fight against it. Instead, while he was getting beaten, Naruto's shadow clone was studying, and you're like, how shadow clone? He was just a kid. Now Naruto at the age of 3, he just found a scroll. He read it. He did not understand in this at the starting, like how to do it, because he tried it. It doesn't work. Now because Naruto's is a half Shinigami and half human, Naruto's chakra gives the presence of death. This was more reason for Minato and Kushina to hate him. That's the reason they did not teach him how to even unlock chakra. But now to figure out it on his own. And Naruto, once he awakened his chakra, he started to, you know, learn how to control his chakra through small books. And he first jutsu he learned was the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And he figured out his secret pretty easily. While because one day he asked his Shadow Clone to sneak past and bring some food from the house because they won't give him food. They barely feed him so that he this survives. They feared that if Naruto dies, the the QB's soul will go inside one of their children, and they don't want their children to be become demons. So that's the reason they did not allow Naruto to have any food except enough food, just barely enough food to make him live. But Naruto, he was intelligent. He used to go to forest, even though whenever he goes out of the house, he was beaten down by the villagers because everyone knows about him. And Minato did not keep any rule saying that they should not speak about Naruto being the Jinchuriki, and they should not do anything to him. Just the thing is that Minato ordered them not to kill him, and because of this reason, they beat him near to death. But Naruto takes this and he thinks this as a practice to make his body stronger. He goes into the forest, he starts collecting fruits, and he survives only thanks to fruits and some vegetables that he started growing in the forest. Because nobody goes inside the forest mostly, so they don't notice the small farm and the small tree, like bushes which has fruits, and in the trees there are so many fruits. Now even if people do notice, they just think it's someone's farm and they don't do anything to it. So Naruto takes advantage of this and starts growing crops and everything. Not exactly, okay, you know what I mean. Now Naruto learns Shadow Clone Jutsu, and with the help of the Shadow Clone Jutsu, whenever he's getting beaten up, his Shadow Clone starts studying. Because while he was beaten up by his, so-called parents and brothers and sisters, while they start training on him by throwing kunais or punching him and kind of torturing him, they all are with him so that they can see make him cry. So taking this as an advantage, his Shadow Clone can easily slip past through all defenses and just read scrolls from the archives. And so By the age of 4.5, Naruto was a massively big prodigy. But what happened is, because of some reason, you know, Mito and Menma, they awakened their one Tomoe Sharingan. That's when he finds out that about his Uchiha heritage. He goes and sees how to awaken the Sharingan within the Uchiha, like within their clan. Now Naruto, Minato, he is not an Uchiha, but Kushina is in half Uchiha, so he doesn't have the support of Uchiha clan because check, he's arrogant, Minato in this one. So that's the reason the Uchiha clan does not want to help him. But they love Naruto. Naruto, even though he was the son of Minato, he does care for people. And once yes, so one of the Uchiha clan's member was getting bullied. Naruto came and saved him. This person was Sasuke Uchiha. Now, because Naruto saved him, Naruto and Sasuke started to have a small bond. Yeah, and most of the what if people make, Sasuke, Menma, and all that. No, man, I'm not gonna do that. Here, Sasuke is going to be friends with Naruto. And by the age of 6, Naruto and Sasuke became best friends. Naruto even became Naruto sees Fugaku as his father figure and Mikato as his mother figure. He started to train with Sasuke and he started to train with Itachi. They figure out that Naruto has all 5 chakra natures. Now Naruto keeps training. Now they think that Naruto is an Uchiha, so he will also awaken his Sharingan. So they teach him the ways to awaken his Sharingan. They try many ways, but it doesn't work. And when he goes to his home, he gets beaten up. Now what happens is, at the age of 6, people like Minato threw a party at his house at his son's and his daughter's birthday, and he mentioned that Min- Minato told everyone that the Namikaze Uzumaki clan heads are going to be Menma and Mito. Now because of this, uh, everyone starts celebrating and they start giving him a lot of gifts to Menma and Mito. But nobody cared about Naruto. Naruto was standing at the stairway and was not even given food. Because of seeing this, he started to cry and he went home. Once everybody left, Minato came to his house. Minato came to his room and he's like, Naruto, Naruto. And Naruto's like, Yes? Naruto, from today onwards, you're not a part of our family. I am disowning you. I'm kicking you out of my house. Go and live for yourself in the streets. And saying that, Minato picked him by his shirt and kicked him out of the house and locked the house. Now, because of this, Naruto couldn't enter the house. But Naruto, because he was so sad, like he created so many shadow clones and asked them to study, at least so that he could get rid of his boredom. And those shadow clones were inside, and they heard the entire conversation between Naruto and Minato. And so they started to quickly start seeing through all the scrolls, all the sealing techniques. And before Minato comes, they dispel themselves, giving Naruto all the knowledge. Now, Naruto, with nowhere to live, started to walk down the streets. When some villagers noticed him, this villager was drunk, and then he started shouting, "Hey everyone, the demon bride is here, let's beat him up!" And so, saying this, they start beating Naruto. Naruto was beaten to a pulp. This is when Itachi was coming back from one of his Anbu missions, that he found Naruto. Seeing Naruto in this kind of state, he felt pity. He picked Naruto and took him to his house. After 2 days, Naruto woke up. When Naruto woke up, he was told about everything. Naruto told them about everything. Fugaku was pissed. He and Mikato was even more pissed. She was pissed at her best friend, whom she even now doesn't even want to call a friend. She thought that she was going to take care of her family even better. Though she knew that now, like they hated Naruto, but she had hope that they will love Naruto. But now it was shattered, and because of this, traumatic event, Naruto awakens his Dojutsu. His eyes shatter like this. The second his eyes shatter, they turn it into this, and Minato and everyone was shocked, even Fugaku. And this time Sasuke was there, and the Sasuke actually has a two-tomoe Sharingan. Now Sasuke sees Naruto and like, Naruto, what is that? The second Naruto sees Sasuke's eyes, he felt a tug at the back of his mind, and then his eyes again shatter. And then in place of this eye, there is a three-tomoe Sharingan, two-tomoe Sharingan. Everyone, they start doing some test on Naruto. Yeah, there, in the Uchiha clan, there was a medic, and the medic tested everything, and then they finally came to a conclusion. Naruto's blood was special; it was mutated. They were not able to find any genetic tract because, like, whenever they tried to, like, they couldn't. And they finally concluded one thing: this is a mutated dojutsu. And because of some tests they did, they figured out that Naruto's dojutsu allowed him to copy things, allowed him to copy other right things, allowed him to copy other dojutsus, Keke Genkais, you know. So they tested it out by Fugaku using his Mangekyo Sharingan. And to everyone's surprise, Naruto gained Fugaku's Mangekyo Sharingan. But to be like everyone else, Naruto copies Itachi's eyes. Unknown to him, Itachi already awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, it just so happened that whenever Naruto copies someone's eyes, he's able, like, of the same type. For example, someone's Sharingan and some other person's Sharingan. Those both Sharingan fuse. And that means he'll gain both the abilities of both Sharingan. And he gained a three Tomoe Sharingan. Seeing Naruto have three Tomoe Sharingan, Sasuke also trained hard. Now, from then onwards, Naruto and Sasuke started to train. It just so happened that Kakashi Hatake, he used to be, the sensei of, I mean, no, he used to be working under, Minato. Now, when he found out that Minato kicked Naruto out, he was furious. He was called to Minato's house to train both Menma and Mito, but he became furious. Like, how could someone kick their own child out of their own house? Because of this, he was so pissed, he left the house to find Naruto. By years, Naruto and Kakashi got bonded. And Kakashi knew Naruto was a prodigy of prodigies. Naruto could easily master jutsus. Naruto had mastered like 5 A rank jutsus. He mastered the basics about Hirashin. He mastered the Rasengan. He knows many 5 A rank jutsus. Naruto was a prodigy, and he was a very kind person. Now, in this what if, you know what? I won't say now. No, Naruto, Kakashi searched for Naruto and finally found him. He was in the Uchiha compound and he got adopted by Fugaku Uchiha. And you're like, how? I'm just gonna say that the adoption doesn't have anything to do with, Hokage. So yeah, he was adopted. And afterwards, he even learned about Naruto's Dojutsu, which they decided to keep it a secret. As time passed on, Naruto entered the academy and he was with Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke became the rookie of the years. And now in this, Sasuke is also a prodigy. But Naruto is a prodigy equivalent to that of, that of exactly like Itachi, but more, even more than Itachi, which Itachi was proud of. Naruto and Sasuke, and a single girl graduated before anyone, and they joined the Anbu. Now you're like, who's Anbu? Yeah, I'm just gonna say that the Hokage doesn't know about this, that they joined the Anbu. Naruto went by the name, the Dark Phoenix, as in the Anbu, in whereas the Sasuke was known as, the Death Eye. And there was a single girl. Her name was Suki Hatake. Yes, she is going to be the daughter of, favorite character, Hatake Kakashi, and an Uchiha. Her name was Ryo Uchiha. Now, during childbirth, she died, giving birth to this girl. Now, she, as you can see, loves to wear mask exactly like her father. She's an Uchiha, and she has the three Tomoe Sharingan. Now, Kakashi is not an Uchiha, so he has Obito Sharingan. And yeah, now she has more chakra reserves than Kakashi. So yeah, mm and yeah. Now she also became an Anbu with Naruto and Sasuke. As I told, Naruto's name was Dark Phoenix. Sasuke was called the Red Eye, and she was called the Silver Wind. Yes, she's called the Silver Wind because anyone who sees her just sees the silver, beautiful hair, and then the next thing they know is their death. Naruto, Sasuke, Suki, yes, her name is Suki Hatake, as I told you, are the strongest Anbu. They became Anbu captains. Now, as Naruto, he was able to shatter his eyes and he was able to copy many, many dojutsus. Now, because of Naruto having the Sharingan, he's able to easily perceive things. Now, because of that, he was able to see and learn. And whatever he learns, his body adjusts to it and makes it so that he doesn't have any drawbacks of it. So he doesn't have any Sharingan drawbacks. He can use perfect Susanoo, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that he has Mangekyo Sharingan. And it's like he has Mangekyo Sharingan. So once he even met, Yamato, and he gained, you know, the wood release. Because of this, he has Senju blood. So he has potential to unlock Rinnegan. His eyes can give him the Rinnegan as well. Naruto's Dojutsu was powerful. Naruto, because of this, was able to get magnet release when they had to do missions. But because of missions, they went to many places and gained different like abilities like magnet release, ice release, and wood release. And they even gained access to. He gained even access to lava release. Now Sasuke, on the other hand, with his Ritomo Sharingan, he has very high affinity to lightning and fire. Whereas Suki, she had high affinity for wind and lightning, just like her father, and at the same time fire. She had triple, whereas Naruto had for all. And his body was able to adjust so that he was able to use them easily. Naruto became, like a genjutsu master. He, the Dark Phoenix, was known throughout the elemental nations as an S rank ninja. And all of these three people easily can get to the S rank ninja staircase and were even be able to rival Kakashi and Shizui with ease. Yeah, and Shizui is alive, and because of Shizui, Naruto also learned the body flicker and made it as strong as that of Shizui. Now Naruto, after many summonings, like he tried to summon but he couldn't, was once able to summon a summon. But that summon turns out to be, yeah, it turns out to be the Shinigami. Like now, Naruto, while he was actually doing it, he wanted to summon some just few days back. Naruto was going on a mission when they found a person who was able to summon lions. Now, because of this, they had to have a little hard time because the lions were like so big as a building, and its paw was able to crush them. So it took a hard time for them, but they were able to slay it and defeat that person. Now, after that, from that day onwards, Naruto also wanted a summon. He found out that his sister, or so-called sister, and his so-called brother also have a summon. Now Naruto also wanted his summon. So when He went to a cave and tried summoning for many times, but he couldn't. At last, he summoned it, the Shinigami. Naruto was surprised and was scared because he knows about Shinigami, and he was like, "Oh no, is he going to take my soul? Oh no, oh no, oh no." But the Shinigami saw Naruto and smiled. He's like, "I never expected that I mistake will give birth to such a powerful being." Naruto was like, "What?" And then Shinigami starts explaining what it did and what had happened. Naruto was surprised. And at the same time, Naruto now has 15% of the QB's chakra back. You're like, how? And like, I'm just gonna say that his soul is the main part, and so whenever they use chakra, and Mito and Menma, the chakra returns to Naruto. Now because of this, Naruto used this QB's chakra unintentionally and had enough power to summon the Shinigami. And the Shinigami smiled, and Shinigami was like, "Naruto, I'll be your summon. You are the human Shinigami. You shall bring peace to this world. I had to suffer because of these stupid people always killing that I have to collect so many souls. From now onwards, you'll bring peace." And gave some of his powers to Naruto and gave Naruto a sword. This is the sword. This sword has the power to cut through time and space. This is a special sword that is like the most powerfulest item in existence. Now, the next day, while they were going on missions, and yeah, this is how she looks when she's going on a mission. Now they are the age of 13. Naruto and they are the strongest Anbus, as I told you. Now they were called by the Hokage and themselves. Now when they reached the Hokage office, the Hokage was surprised to see three children. When he was told that the Hindi produced a supreme powerful Anbus, he was surprised, and he wanted them. He wanted them to be senses of his two children with Kakashi, so that they can make him stronger. And so he had asked them to come. Now when Naruto arrived with his two teammates, first thing that caught Minato's eyes was the blonde hair. But then he paid it no mind. He saw this beautiful woman. He's like, she could go well with Menma. And then he saw Sasuke and he was like, the red eye, huh? You are given a new mission. Your new mission is to be the sensei for Team 7. All three of them were like, eh? And like Minato was like, you do not have any say in this. You are given this mission. This is an SS rank mission. From today onwards, you're going to be the sensei of Team 7, and this is final. And then he said, disperse. Though Naoto, and in this Naoto and Suki started to have feelings for each other. And Naoto told about his entire life to both of them. And both of them hate Menma and Mito with all of their heart. Now, they never met Menma and Mito, but they knew they are arrogant people because they heard from some of the Uchihas that go to academy saying that how Menma and Mito are like strong and how they were trained so high and they had summons and the rules were changed to meet them, and because of that he hated them both as well. Now, when they were told that they have to be sensei for Team 7 and were told to be like Team 7 was Menma and Mito with Kakashi, he hated them both. Though they three were okay with Kakashi, but no, they hated them both. But they accepted because it was Hokage's order. At the same time, by this they can get some revenge on for Naruto. So yeah, I'm gonna end this episode right here, and I'm gonna do part two tomorrow, maybe, maybe not. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Peace.